everyone's. I am here for my review of 911 on Fox, Season 3, Episode 14. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you a family member, you one of my peoples, welcome back. Now, y'all, this episode was so stressful and had me on the edge of my seat. I ended up having a dream that I worked at a call center and some people came over and took over the call center, but mine took a left turn because my dreams are just like that. But they had me going in different locations. At one point I was outside, they was bringing us lunch. It didn't make no sense, but the thing is, in my dream I was at a call center that had been taken over by some thugs. But anyway, we start off with this lady driving a van, and she's picking up people all over town. We can't all get into the same car. We're gonna get picked up at different locations at different times. Now, they have it all planned out. They have the police outfits, they have the badges, they have a police either an actual police car or a car that they done suited up to look like a police car. They have it all. They didn't show up at the dispatch saying that they have come for a sit-along. Now, I guess this is something routine that happens at the dispatch center. Police, they come, sit in and see what's going on, all that stuff. Now, Maddie is on the phone with Chimney as this is going on, and Josh, he is sitting there, and the dude was like, "Hey, handsome," and he had dropped his cup before they even pulled out guns. And then he told the kidnapper tells Maddie to get off the phone, and she was she sends a little, not cryptic, but she sends a message. Is it cryptic? Y'all know what I mean. She sends a little message. She says, "I love you, Hallie," a little distress message to let him know, because the night before he was like, "I love you." She's "I want to say those words." It's just that she was so conditioned in her marriage to say "I love you" as a automatic response, because her husband was crazy. He ain't had no sense, and he was crazy and violent. So she was just conditioned to say "I love you," and she's she wasn't ready, but she was "I love you, Howie," and then she hung up her phone. Now Howie, well, I won't call him Howie. He Chimney, y'all. He Chimney to us, and Chimney's was "I love you." She said it, so now he tripping, and he something don't sound right. He didn't got Buck on the phone and trying to get Buck's opinion. Buck was "She love you. What's the big deal?" But Chimney nah, something's up. Now, the kidnappers say that they will be monitoring all calls coming in and providing all services that are going out. So I was this is, I guess if it's somebody who was in actual distress, of course we're going to send somebody your way to help you if you bleeding out or something. But if you calling to be there's a dog outside, my neighbor's dog and got out for the 15th time, they not going to come up. I'm guessing how that's going to work. Now, Athena, she driving down the street, minding her business, and she comes across, some people. She assumed that they was in an accident because they fussing and cussing at each other, and it was "No, we're not in an accident. Everything's cool." But the thing is, the kidnappers don't want any police in this particular area, so they tell her that there is an emergency elsewhere. Something happened over here. I need to go over there. These people are fine. Bam, boo, bam. But when she gets to this location, it's 4 police officers taking down this one man who doesn't seem that he's resisting. So she calls "Y'all send me over here." Now there's 5 police officers, holding in this one location with this one person. Are y'all sure y'all good? And he was "Yeah, everything's fine. I'm sorry. We just had a little few miscommunications." Now, one lady had called and "I want to file a complaint. I told this restaurant that I'm allergic to onions, and they put onions in my salad or in my meal." And Josh was "Are you having an allergic reaction?" She's "I'm not really allergic to onions, but they didn't know that." He's "Child, we ain't got no time for that. You not even having an allergic reaction." But she's going on "My salary paid, my taxes pay for your salaries and this, that, the third." So Josh is okay, he gonna send this distress call Somehow Athena gets the call. I'm going to send Athena over there to Chimney's house because the woman is having an onion allergic reaction. So when Athena gets there, she was like, what's going on? Now, Chimney and Buck already suspected something is going on because Chimney, he didn't try to call, he didn't text Maddie a few times after she said, I love you. He didn't call her, it's going to voicemail. He didn't call the dispatch center. And the dispatch center was like, okay, there's too many calls going on right now. So he's like, something is not right. It's saying, being transferred elsewhere. It's too many calls coming in. Bottom line is, he can't get through. Now, so Athena's like, okay, that's good. Let's get in the car. So as they're driving, they see doggone Buck flying down the street. She's like, I know that ain't Buck. They just passed us. Chimney, she's driving. Is that Buck? Tell me that it's not Buck. That ain't Buck, is it? It is Buck. Buck can sit himself still. So he decided to doggone roll up with them. So they get Buck in the car. It's like, have y'all told anybody else about what's going on? No, we ain't told anybody. But the only thing is that the kidnappers can see that Athena is pulling up because of the tracker on her car. So now they're like, why will she be pulling up? What's going on? What's happening? Now, they're talking about, okay, once Athena comes up, they gonna shoot Athena. I know that ain't finna happen. I'm not participating in watching the show where Athena getting hurt. It was already stressful seeing my boy Christopher go through the typhoon, the tsunami that he went through. We can't be doing this. And Michael already stressing me out. No, we're not doing this today. But Sue comes up with a bright idea. Like, we can't be shooting a police officer. Well, this is what the kidnapper is saying. So Sue sends a emergency distress signal. And it's like, I forgot what the code was. And she was like, what was that? She's like, oh, it's somebody, public urination, exposing themselves somewhere. Athena gets down to the car and she's like, yeah, they know what's going on. She riding off. They know what's going on. Because they knew when I was coming up. And Sue sent out a distress signal, whatever the signal was. And that means sends a message saying it is an ambush. So Athena gets on the call with her boss and let them know what's up and how Sue had sent this message saying it was an ambush. Thank goodness they don't know what's all the, we got a 314 over here, a 428 over here. They don't know all that lingo. So Sue was able to send that message and let Athena know that, hey, it is an ambush. So you might want to leave. It ain't no bite. You best be leaving. Now, y'all, the kidnappers, they getting into a fight, and like one of the dispatchers, they was like, okay, this is my time. He tries to go run and pull the alarm, but like one of the kidnappers tries to shoot at him, but Josh like jumps in the way and prevents that from happening. And Josh, he didn't got beat up a little bit. The dispatcher dude got beat up a little bit. It was just like a lot, and I was like, I wanted to watch the show, but at the same time, I wanted the show to be over because I was getting stressed out at any minute, and I didn't know how long I was gonna be able to hold on. But yeah, now they done got together like, okay, what they're going to do is they're not going to let any witnesses up out of here, so they're going to kill us. So what are we going to do? Now, Linda, one of the fellow dispatchers, she didn't already, when they was taking their phones and everything, she had her EpiPen. Now, she was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. You're going to fake allergic reaction, and we're going to stab one of the kidnappers. So that's what they did. Linda, she's, wheezing and all that stuff. And Maddie's like, she's having an allergic reaction. She needs her EpiPen. So Maddie, she runs to get the girl's EpiPen and stabs one of the kidnappers. And now he having trouble breathing. They then got his gun, put it on him, grabbed another gun. It looks like I keep on spitting. Now the next kidnapper comes in to see what's going on, and like the other dispatcher jumped him from behind. So I was like, yeah, okay, we good. Now, two of them, they like, okay, Tiffany, get the car ready. We running out. So if they finna run out, they are met by the police because Athena, she done ripped the little thing off her car, so they don't know where she's at. One of the kidnappers was smart and was like, okay, I can't find her in the system. Like, what's going on? She knows what's up. That's like, you being too paranoid. So that's what caused them two to get into a fight. So yeah, these two, they done gotten taken around. The rest of the dudes, they hear them getting arrested because one of the dudes was on a walkie-talkie. So they run to back where the hostages are, and they are met with Sue with the gun like, make one more step. I want you to, because I'm gonna be doggone and taking you out, bruh. So yeah. Now the kidnapper slash fake date that had jumped Josh, he's having trouble breathing and he doesn't have a pulse after getting stuck with the EpiPen. So Josh was like, you not finna die before you go to jail. So he's doing CPR and all that stuff on him, and the police rush in and, get everybody together, take everybody to, where they need to go. And then like some new dispatcher just walked in like it wasn't just a kidnapping mere seconds ago. Maddie gets outside, she sees Chimney, they all happy. That's like, ooh, yay, it's good. And I believe it was the dude that got, stuck with the EpiPen. Like all the other kidnappers, minus one, because I think he died. They like, we want our lawyer. Dude that got stuck with EpiPen, he was like, man, I'm gonna tell it, and I'm gonna tell it all. He was out here getting his usher on. He was telling all of the confessions. He was like, yep, Tiffany was the driver. This dude did that. They was like, hold up, Tiffany, we didn't round up a Tiffany. We don't know where a Tiffany is at. So they was like, what's going on? So the woman that was driving the car at the beginning of the episode is Tiffany. Come to find out, she's the mastermind behind everything. She is the one who hired them, but they didn't know that she was the one that hired them. And the plan was she was going to get cozy with the security guard that worked there and, blame it all on him, make him the fall guy. But she ended up falling for him and brought him in on the plan. So when security guard came down there to one of the areas, they jumped him and he ended up shooting the ground to make it seem like he done got shot and hurt somewhere to make it look good. So the next plan was, security dude, he heard Maddie and Josh talking about how Josh wanted to go on a date on, use a dating app to get a date. And that's how he ended up getting a date with old dude who eventually jumped in him and took his badge. They couldn't steal it because then he would have to get a new one. But they copied his badge so they could get in there and get all the information. Now, Tiffany and the security guard dude ends up double teaming the team. So they didn't took all of the possessions and the Van Goghs, and I'm not sure if it was a Van Gogh. It was some, very expensive paintings. They didn't took that and they planned to escape and unnoticed. But the thing is, they get caught because his phone. They didn't track his phone. He was stupid and brought his phone with him. He should have left it at, one. He should have, got a burner phone and put all the new information on the burner phone and left his main phone at the doggone dispatch, but he didn't. He took the phone with him and they was able to track it. Now, she ended up double crossing the team because her daddy was the driver. He was the driver for the crew because all the kidnappers, they knew each other. And her daddy was the driver and they left him for dead. So she was like, she ain't got no sympathy for them. It was basically, I was going to double cross y'all for what y'all did to my daddy. Y'all, this was a good episode. I mean, a good episode. They broke it down at the end about what happened, when, where, why, and how. I loved it. I was stressed out during because I was like, I didn't know what was going to happen. But at the end, when they pieced everything together, I was happy. So now security guard, he done lost his job, benefits, going to jail now because he didn't let this woman convince him that it was good to kidnap and do some robbery all in one. So y'all, that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you're a family member, one of my peoples, welcome back. Well, hold on, that is not how to go. If I left anything out, by all means leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It is free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on when my beautiful face puts up a video. You can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already a family member, one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do, and tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. And this is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.